Hello, I'm John Gibbins. I'm Professor of Cell Biology at the University of Reading. I work on cardiovascular disease. I'm here today with Dr. Tim Betts, who's a consultant cardiologist. Tim, we're in a very different environment to the type of place I work. I work in a lab most of the time. Where are we?
So we're in the Oxford Cardiovascular Clinical Research Facility, which is an area dedicated to research for patients and members of the public here at the John Radcliffe Hospital in Oxford.
So that presumably means that patients who are coming in for their normal therapy get enrolled into clinical research that is the type of studies that you've been involved in.
We're always very grateful for patients who help us by participating in research. We can improve treatment, we can offer them new therapies which may be safer or better.
I suppose research in my world is very expensive, eye-wateringly expensive a lot of the time. With your work, it's probably another level up.
So anything which is not part of their everyday routine NHS care is considered research, and that has to be funded by a research body. Now that's quite often a charity such as Heart Research UK, and that's why we have to apply for grants to help support the research. And there's often a lot of collaboration between the NIHR, centres like ourselves, and funding bodies like Heart Research UK. And HR UK is one of the approved partners for NIHR research.
So we first met when you came to Heart Research UK to interview for a prestigious grant, a Novel and Emerging Technologies grant, which you were successful with. Congratulations. So perhaps you could tell us a little about the study.
A few years ago, I invented a new way of delivering cardiac resynchronization. The first couple of patients we just did on purely compassionate grounds because it was the only way they could get some form of treatment. And it seemed to work, so that became the stepping stone to putting together a formal research project. And Heart Research UK has funded that, and over the last couple of years we've now been able to offer this treatment as part of a research project to 30 or 40 people from not just Oxfordshire, but in fact around the whole country. I'm a recipient of the Novel and Emerging Technologies Award, which is very much about the development of really new cardiovascular treatments and devices. And I was curious to know, why did Heart Research UK develop this particular grant?
Heart Research UK's history is really founded around trying to find new ways of treating patients with heart conditions. One of the problems that a lot of scientists encounter, particularly those who work on the fundamental science, trying to make the initial discoveries on what goes wrong in disease and how the body works properly, more my end of the research pipeline, if you like, there's a gap often between those fundamental discoveries and actually translating those discoveries into benefit for patients. Really what the Novel and Emerging Technologies Grants scheme is there to do is to plug that gap. And it's quite unusual, it's quite an unusual scheme, and for that reason it's attracted some really interesting projects over the years and has been very successful in benefiting patients. So we are two of hundreds of researchers who over 50 years have been helped through the generosity of Heart Research UK and the many people who work to raise funds for Heart Research UK. So on our behalf and theirs, thank you very much.
Thank you.